Well, I'm not dead yet, sadly. Greetings, everyone. Allow myself to introduce myself. My name's Jay Hall, and welcome to the Bears Den, the OCHO. Missed last week, and I am a day late, but these past couple weeks have been a little rough. I had a Christmas vacation with the family, then I hurt my back to a point where I could only lay down, and now, if you can't tell, super stuffed up and sick, having to deal with that crap too, so I'm going to try my best to get back on a normal schedule. I never knew the human body could produce so much snot. I mean, I blow my nose every about 10 minutes, and every time there's a snot rocket in there rearing to go. It is, oh god, it's disgusting. Well, actually, it's not disgusting. It's rather impressive, honestly. But enough about me, let's get on to the news. Overwatch is finally balancing Mercy and Junkrat. This is coming down to kind of nerfing Mercy's ultimate and Junkrat's concussion mine. The biggest problems with their abilities right now, why they're so powerful. Now, these aren't the exact changes I wanted, but they're a step in the right direction. I can finally zen in peace without someone flaming for me to be Mercy or throwing concussion mines in my face and destroying my life. Jeff also announced that there's, regularly more scheduled content to come to Overwatch. Surprise, surprise there. I mean, I still love the game. It's gonna go for a long time, I hope. Overwatch League is starting tomorrow, by the way, the 10th. Paladins is jumping on the Battle Royale craze with Paladins Battlegrounds. As if copying Overwatch wasn't enough, I'm convinced this game will rip off the most popular game every year and shoehorn it into their own. Oh, and I haven't even mentioned they're making a mobile version. They're trying to milk this cow till it's dry. Nintendo Switch is already the fastest selling console ever with 10 million units shipped already, outpacing the Wii. Nintendo is knocking it out of the park with this one. Plus, they want to have sold triple that number by the end of next year. It might have to do with the fact that they're actually supporting it with awesome games, plus they're getting third-party support as well. And it doesn't feel like a Fisher-Price tour like the Wii U did. But Nintendo is still fighting a lawsuit regarding motion controls from ye old Wii and Wii U games against iLife. They use this tech to monitor babies and we're seeking a crap ton of money, 144 million, but that's kind of been knocked down to 10 million, which is roughly $1 for each Switch unit sold. Nintendo, just go ahead and settle this. You can do it easy. And one more small knock against Nintendo, 64 gig cards for their Switch games will not be supported until 2019. This could stifle some third-party development I'm afraid of, but not much. I mean, they already have a few games that require an SD card because there's not enough room on those game cards to begin with. Speaking of selling like hotcakes, the Xbox Kinect is almost dead. Yes! They're finally stopping making the adapter for newer Xbox One consoles. They quit making the Kinect last year, but this is like the final nail in the coffin. You're not going to be able to use a Kinect, even if you buy one like third hand or whatever from a pawn shop or Goodwill store. I would bet you could find a lot of them, I'm sure. You can't use them with your new console without the adapter, and now that they're ceasing that production, they're basically a worthless brick. Oh, and Xbox also ripped off a fan's artwork for PUBG launching on their console. I don't know what they're going to do with that as far as compensation for the artist, but if you can tell, the ads are strikingly similar. One last little bit, the Korok seeds from Legend of Zelda: The Breath of the Wild have been confirmed to be, you guessed it, Korok poop. That's why Hestu gives you a giant pile of crap if you get all 900 of them at the end. It's the same thing as the Korok seeds, it's just a little bit bigger. As for movies, DC Films have a new head honcho in response to how crappy Justice League performed. Walter Hamada has the unenviable job of trying to right the ship after all the Snyder-fied films. A step in the right direction at least, he has experience delivering some solid horror films for the New Line division of Warner Brothers. Netflix exclusive film Bright has gotten a green light for a sequel. It was already the most watched original film on Netflix. I watched this while I was out of commission the past 2 weeks, and let me tell you, it is something else. Extremely ambitious, but sadly it kind of sucks. I get the feeling a lot of people watch it because A, it's on Netflix and they already have it, and number 2, it was marketed really hard. Stuff Netflix is typically fantastic at, like with story development and tone, is kind of lacking in this one. The world has a ton of potential, I just don't want it spoon-fed to me. There is a ton of TV news this week. Might be a while till Rick and Morty season 4. Like, apparently nobody is working on it. Like at all, no storyboards, no story, like index cards even, just nothing at all. Hopefully you got your packet of Szechuan sauce to hold you over. That promotion was a joke. They had like 20 sauces per location, and they hardly had them at any locations to begin with. They have said they're bringing it back though, so we'll wait and see on that one. Sons of Anarchy is getting a spin-off titled Mayans MC. It means Motorcycle Club, if you're wondering. Not as catchy as the original's name, but it will scratch that badass motorcycling itch that most people have been missing for the past 4 years. That's right, it's been 4 years since it ended. A Series of Unfortunate Events 2 is coming out on March 30th on Netflix. I cannot overstate how much better this is than the Jim Carrey film. It is leaps and bounds above it. It is actually pretty good, so check it out if you enjoyed the books. Animaniacs is getting some new episodes on Hulu. This show was ahead of its time. I might have to actually get Hulu for this a month or two to watch just these. And finally, Game of Thrones will have its final and 6-episode season coming in 2019. If you've been following the Bears Den, we knew about this a while back because Sophie Turner spilled the beans, but it is finally confirmed no Game of Thrones at all this year, and 6 episodes in 2019 to wrap it up. We have yet to see what sort of spin-offs they're going to be doing, because you know they're going to be trying to cash in on that. A little bit of random news to end it out. Mad Catz is back from the dead. Kind of. Sort of. Not really. A Chinese company basically just bought the name, and those cheap, funky-looking third-party peripherals are supposedly a thing of the past, and they're going to be focusing on quality and stuff ahead. A few of their items are going to be revealed at CES this week. There's a lot of new tech coming out, and I'm sure Mad Catz will be there. Do I think that they'll find a foothold? Probably not. Do I hope they do? Yeah, I hope there is another high-quality peripheral company out there. We need more of them because, you know, some of them do actually really suck. As for releases this week, there's not a whole bunch. Super Meat Boy is coming out on Nintendo Switch on the 11th, and that's really about it. We gotta wait until February and March till we really pick up steam with the game releases. As for me this week, I hope to be on a regular schedule soon. I have no set schedule as of yet for this week because it's kind of wait and see with my current illness. If anything, it'll be just like chill Overwatch and maybe Walking Dead again on Thursday. Like I said, I'm spending a lot of time lying in bed, sleeping a majority of the time. I think I slept like 15 hours the other day. I always feel like it's worth the rest, so when I come back, I'm 100% instead of letting it drag out for weeks on end and feeling like crap for a long time. Finally, some shit I got this week, mainly Christmas gifts that I got. First off, we got a M2 drive for my computer, 512 gigs. Hopefully make things a lot faster since I'm rolling with an old SATA right now, 4 terabytes. We got a liquid cooler for my PC I have yet to install. That'll be going in tonight as well. And finally, a Super Nintendo style controller. It is wireless and can be plugged in via USB. I have a connector for my phone as well. That'll be really fun to use, especially with old retro games. It's like pretty much exactly like the old SNES controllers. Plus you can use it on modern devices. And they have an adapter for the old school ones. It's from 8BitO. I highly recommend checking out their products. They are awesome. With that said, I'd like to thank you all for watching this week. Missing last week, I apologize again, but we'll be back again next week on Monday for sure. Monday for sure. I can quote that on that, unless I actually do die. I probably won't, sadly, but maybe, if we're lucky. But I'll catch you on the flip side.